What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Muscosha, and welcome back to another movie review. Right, this film came out right at the start of the year. That was when I was dealing with some issues in other places. But now we're catching up on a few films. And in this film, it's called The Housemaid. Now, I saw trailers, and I said, okay, this looks interesting. Cast looks really good, and it's based on a best-selling novel by Freda McFarland. And this one is pretty honest. We're going to start with the cast and then go on to the story here. Starting with the main protagonist, who is played by Sydney Sweeney. Now, I was quite surprised that she was cast in this, because this is a different kind of film she's been in. Like, she's been in like Anyone Anywhere Else, which was the romantic comedy with Glen Powell. You've got Euphoria, who she was in, and all that. She's even been rumoured to come into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but those rumours were wrongly true. But yeah, but in The Housemaid though, she was very good. She played her character incredibly well, and honestly, she is stunning hot as hell. But yeah, it was very good to see. But the chemistry with her and this other person right now I'm about to say, I hope she does come back for the second one, as they have announced that there will be a second Housemaid too, because there was a few books made in this series. And but yeah, and the person I'm talking about is Amanda Stir-Fry. Now, she has been in the industry so long. Like, for example, she was in Red Riding Hood, the horror/thriller, which was alright in other places and here and there. But she's been in other films as well, like Lovelace and that. But in honesty, this one, she plays, well, at the start we see her as like a psychotic mother who just wants to see probably Sydney Sweeney's character fail. But what we didn't know is that the husband of her character, he was controlling her. He was psychologically controlling her, and she lost her way. But unfortunately, that's what's happened with Sydney Sweeney's character, but it didn't go on to what happened before. Sydney Sweeney's character fought back. But yeah. But the person who was in control of both of these two ladies was Braden Skiller, who played the husband of Amanda Stir-Fry's character. And in honesty, he was quite good. Playing the controlling husband, it was interesting to see, to be honest. But in honesty, I thought he was quite good in places. He won't be returning in the next film because unfortunately he gets pushed over and knocks his head, and pretty much his head gets cracked open. But yeah, but I want to give a little bit of a mention to Indiana Ellie, who played the daughter of Amanda Stir-Fry. In plots she was in, she was very good. I don't think we'll see her in the next film, but she was quite good in places. That's just an honourable mention on that one. But about the film altogether, yeah, this film had good spins. Literally, I watched this on New Year's Day, and this film had a lot of good spins, a lot of twists, a lot of turns. But like, in honesty, it's so good to see. Amanda Stir-Fry's character was supposed at the start was the psychotic wife, but she wasn't, because the husband, Brandon Sculler's character, was controlling both of them. And Sydney Sweeney was falling for the husband. Then, with Sydney Sweeney's character, both him and her went to go and see a show. And that night, they slept together, and pretty much, once Amanda Stir-Fry's character got wind of it, she said she was fired, and pretty much she left, and then Sydney Sweeney's character came in to him. But the one mistake Sydney Sweeney's character was breaking an antique plate, and what she done was forgivable, but what he done was unforgivable. She went up to the room which she was staying in. He locked the door, and what he done was unforgivable, and honestly it is illegal, to be honest. What he done is I wanted to put a plate. He got a shot of one of the plates she broke, and he told her 4 slashes on each arm. And if a person was going through self-harm at the time, this is not the film for you, I'm telling you that here and now. But once she done that, she fought back, she locked the room and all that, and that was it. But Amanda Starfire came back for Sydney Sweeney's character. She walked up the stairs to where he was locked in. She got pushed down the stairs, and it was there was those 2 girls against him. And once he was pretty much, Amanda Starfire hit him in the head, and then Sydney Sweeney's character pushed him down the stairs, and he cracked his head open. Then Amanda Starfire's character made up a story about how he died. Then we go into the funeral. Then the mother of the guy who died, she doesn't believe that she fell out, that he committed suicide. She believed something else happened. But Sydney Sweeney did come to the funeral, but near the end. But that's when we go on to Amanda Starfire said we're going to move on from there. But yeah. But let's think here though. There's going to be a second film coming out, and it's been announced that Christian Bale will be replacing a role in that film. But yeah, guys, let's do a rating. I'm going to give this a 7. It was good in places, a few disturbances here and there, but yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video there. Please leave a like, subscribe. See you guys there.